Across Africa, love has never belonged to two people alone. It has always belonged to families, to communities, and to generations that came before. Long before white dresses, wedding rings, and decorated halls, African weddings were sacred events. They were not rushed moments, but carefully prepared journeys. Marriage was never treated as a private decision. It was a responsibility shared by many. In traditional African societies, when a man expressed the desire to marry, he did not go alone. His family stood with him. Elders observed, asked questions, and took time to understand the woman he wished to marry. Her character mattered. Her upbringing mattered. Her family history mattered. The same process applied to the man. Marriage was not about attraction alone. It was about stability, values, and the future of children yet to be born. When families agreed, bride price followed. Across different regions of Africa, it was known by many names, but its meaning remained the same. It was never a purchase. It was a gesture of appreciation, a sign of respect to the family that raised the bride. Cattle, food, fabric, tools, or symbolic gifts were offered. What mattered was not the amount, but the intention. It represented unity, gratitude, and commitment. Traditional wedding ceremonies did not last a single afternoon. They lasted days, sometimes weeks. There was music that spoke without words. There was dancing that carried blessings. There were stories told to remind the couple where they came from. Elders gave guidance, not commands. They spoke about patience, forgiveness, and endurance. Women prepared the bride for her new role, teaching her responsibility and dignity. Men prepared the groom, reminding him that leadership in marriage meant service, not control. Every ritual carried meaning. Silence was respect. Shared meals were unity. Communal dances were joy and acceptance. In many cultures, the bride remained calm and reserved, not because she lacked happiness, but because marriage was treated with seriousness and honor. Love was not loudly spoken, it was quietly demonstrated through action. As time passed, Africa changed. Cities grew, education expanded, cultures met and influenced one another. Modern African weddings began to reflect this change. White gowns appeared beside traditional fabrics. Church ceremonies and civil weddings stood alongside ancestral rituals. Photography, music systems, and social media became part of the celebration. Today, many couples choose each other freely. Love stories begin in classrooms, workplaces, and online spaces. Yet, even in this modern expression of love, tradition still breathes. Families are still consulted. Bride price, though often symbolic, is still respected. Elders still give blessings. Communities still gather. African weddings did not lose their meaning. They adapted. What remains unchanged is the understanding that marriage is more than romance. It is responsibility. It is patience. It is respect. In a world that often rushes love, African tradition teaches us to slow down. In a world that celebrates weddings, African culture reminds us to honor marriage. The clothes may change, the music may evolve, but the heart of African love remains rooted in unity, dignity, and community. This is the story of African weddings. Not imagined, not exaggerated, but lived, remembered, and passed from one generation to the next. Love becomes powerful when it is honored. Thank you for taking this moment to reflect on African love and tradition with us. If this story resonated with you, support our work by liking this video, sharing your thoughts in the comments, and subscribing to African Love Archives. Your support helps us preserve and share authentic African stories for generations to come. Until next time, thank you for being part of this journey. Thank you for watching. If you appreciate authentic African stories, like, comment, and subscribe to African Love Archives. Your engagement keeps these stories alive.